And that is why Shore has something to say earlier. I want to share that with you. And it is that if things continue in this trajectory, even those who are against revolution, they will be the first promoter of same. I'll share that first and I'll continue. I've got more for you.
I will say one thing which is very important and reason we must remain who we are. This Tinubu government will make it so easy to let a revolution happen in Nigeria. You'll be surprised. Because, yes, I'm serious. Because it's as if it's a blessing in disguise for a revolutionary Nigeria. He will be moving from mistake to mistake to the point that the people will have no option than to join hands and push all of them out. You can go and quote me anywhere. There's all these ones that people are looking around now. They think people are stupid. People are not stupid. People are just watching. One day you put them to the wall and they will push back. Because there is suffering in this country right now. It's not. I think there was even an APC boy, influencer, that I was saying today, that even himself, with all their 2,000 naira data boys, they are suffering. They are not even getting their 2,000 naira. Because the amount of money they used to pay them to insult people on Twitter is no longer enough to do transportation, to go back to where they stay. Even them, they can't buy fuel. They can't afford the kind of life that's been imposed by the Tinubu regime in Nigeria. And the regime is having fun. The number of trucks of fuel smuggled is nothing. The problem with this subsidy is that people that are known by the government are the ones stealing subsidy money. I watched an interview by a former governor of Bauchi State, Isha Yuguda. I call him Isha Jaguda. He said it, that there is one person who was involved in subsidy scam. That the man came, I'm quoting him verbatim, and called the president and said, Mr. President, I'm tired of stealing. Remove subsidy. If I'm the president of Nigeria, you tell me you are tired of stealing, you will take me to where you are stealing. You cannot leave. You are going to sleep in the police station that night. And the police must take you, the DS, everybody will take you to one show where you are, how much you are stealing. How can somebody come to the president's office and tell the president that he's tired of stealing? And you let him go? Exactly. So, they are all lying that subsidy is not good for the Nigerian economy. What we have realized, based on one thing I posted on Twitter, I think there was a guy that analyzed it. If you go to my Twitter page, it's still there. Each time they remove subsidy, the Nigerian economy enters into a recession. Do you know why? 80% of Nigerian economic system is run by you and me, the informal sector. The moment there's a dislocation that destroys our ability to run our small businesses, millions of people lose jobs. Now, if you enter Uber or Bolt, they will tell you that they cannot fill their tanks anymore. But that's not the issue. There is something new about those who are importing fuel. They are importing substandard fuel into the country that is burnt faster than the normal fuel. That is what they want to do. And I'm sure, apart from the fact that it evaporates faster, it's also destroying your engine. So you're automatically going to enter into recession. And as that guy rightly put it, the reason why they took away subsidy is that subsidy is the only thing that Nigerians enjoy that they themselves, they are following it up. You can tell how much is subsidy, but you cannot tell how much will be applied elsewhere. Since they removed subsidy, which roads have they constructed? They didn't even pay salary of NYC and some other. So you would expect that because they remove subsidy, everywhere there should be light, everywhere the roads should be shining, there will be employment. Nothing has changed in Nigeria since they removed subsidy. The only thing that removal of subsidy has brought is hardship and suffering for our people. And that is why to say we are different. When people tell us, oh, maybe you should have worked with some of these political parties, we are different from them. All the major political parties, as they call themselves, were all going to remove subsidy. So if you voted for Atiku, subsidy would have been removed by now. If you voted for Peter Obi, subsidy would have been removed by now. If you voted for Atiku, they would have floated the naira by now. Maybe naira will even be 1,000. If you voted for Obi, they would have floated the naira for now, because they are not interested in Nigerian people. They are interested in the foreigner. But when the country doesn't work, we are the ones that all of them call upon. If this country, if there's something wrong today, and there's nobody to fight, even Chokwe will go and say, what is Showore people doing now? If Chokwe gets illegally arrested, he will not call a lawyer first. He will call me first. I'm telling you. There was a comrade of ours who was arrested by police the other day, Abdul Mahmoud. When he was arrested, everybody was calling me. They have arrested Abdul Mahmoud. In fact, I tweeted from the toilet that they should release him.
Anyway, show you'll keep the rest. Okay, we've heard what we want to hear, and I actually wanted you to hear that. You know, let them keep up and keep it on this trajectory. Okay, the reality that people are going to lose their job, or if they are not already, not getting paid, and then poverty escalating. But when you have people who tell themselves that you are happy, Joe, it's only people who don't like Tinubu that are complaining. It's only people who don't like APC that, you know what I mean, like trying to defend him. But when the real thing hits you, now them go push you to want that revolution. That's where I agree with Showore, our vintage Showore. Anyway, going forward, there is this guy, Ikenga. One detailed, loaded guy that the hopeless who's the jaw of Imo State is very much afraid of. I'll tell you this. Yesterday we were talking about Nnamdi Kanu and why a lot of people actually listen to him. And for those who listen to him with open mind, not with others, okay, it will not be so hard for you to kind of add 1, 2, 3, and so, or whatever together. Just piece all these things together, and you will be able to have your answer. The people behind the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria, and why I have outed hopeless Odijo few years back. Well, for some time now, I have. That the moment the Supreme Court governor of Owerri was given the control over Imo State, he was also handed the military direct line. And he actually started using that. The moment he became the governor, Igbo land started experiencing terrorism. Locally, politically sponsored terrorism. And then hang it on IPOB. But there's a guy called Ikenga. You see this Ikenga guy, right? Or Ikenga guy. He happened to know the political side of this old madness. This old criminal, what do you call it? Gang up against the Igbos, by the Igbos. And he never stopped pointing fingers at hopeless Odijo. No, he never stopped. He got to a stage, they attempted to kill him. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 good times by the agent of hopeless Odijo in Imo State. When they couldn't kill him, they killed those they could kill around him, burned down his family house, burned down his own properties. I mean, like, state-sponsored attacks, state-sponsored arson. Ikenga. This guy said, if anybody wants evidence against hopeless Odijo when it goes to trial over his role in terrorizing Igbo land and blaming it on IPOB, he will provide evidence. In fact, he is one of the evidence. He kept talking about the political permutation that led to this instability, that led to this whole crisis thing, and why they are doing it. And his life has always been on the line. Before they kill Ikenga, let this be on record. Among other things, he's already exposed, shared documents, videos, conversations and all of that to prove his point. Let this be on record too. And Arise Television owns the credit for this short clip. Ikenga about the crisis in Eastern Nigeria.
Yes. Are you saying categorically that the governor of Imo State is the ones that brought in the vigilante that is disrupting the peace and causing the sit at home in the states? Are you saying that on camera because you will be made account for that statement? Are you saying that and confirming that the governor of Imo State is one of those causing the problems in the southeast?
I am saying that he's fueling the crisis in Imo State. Yes, I'm saying it boldly, and I have evidence to back that. Go to Haji Eboma today. Go to Osu today. You saw the report by the International Center for Journalists and that of Umer Bashi that was released a few days ago. That almost over 12,000 people have lost their life because of activities of Ebubago people and so on and so forth. Ask everybody in Imo State, was it not the same group that attacked King Sluju and took him away? He couldn't participate in the election. Is that how to maintain security? Were they not the people who attacked me? That his head, Chinasa, was boasting they will attack me, and they did attack me. Is that how to maintain security? So they have not really worked towards maintaining their security. They have been on the attack for a very long time. So that's why I said I cannot vouch for him. I know Soludo is trying to adopt both the political approach on the security approach and other governors. So it's not just about talking on the TV and giving matching orders. It's about how committed, how genuine are you about having peace in Imo and other neighboring Southeast State. And that genuineness and that commitment, you cannot see it from him, I can tell you boldly. Because all that we have gone through, even during the election, they were the ones that were used to do 27/27 magic at the House of Assembly election, where they were carrying ballot boxes and shooting at people. This evidence is everywhere. You can ask anybody in Imo is there, and I'm telling you, all of us will have it. So then he's not committed. Some are committed, but Tim is not committed about it. And that is why I will even tell you here, because you have asked this question, that I may not even be attending the meeting that is being called today. The reason why I will not even attend it is that you cannot call that meeting and call it in the government house, Imo State Governor's Lodge, because he has not expressed commitment to resolving these issues. Okay. He's actually after those who does not agree with him. So if we want
angle of it, somebody just said IPOB has been wreaking havoc before Oplesons or Dijo came. You see, one of those loose statements that some of you will just make. They call them, we call it a flippant statement. And some of you will be like, well, I just said it, but if we ask you now, right, to bring one single evidence, just one single verified report of where any community or any street or anywhere in any part of Igbo land, are the IPOB chasing them for anything before the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu? I'll personally, publicly give you 1 million naira, 1 million naira. If you can bring Victoria or report anyone at all that said, IPOB, they were shooting people in Igbo land, or they are chasing anybody in Igbo land before the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, before the emergence of Oplesons or Dijo, I will publicly give you 1 million naira. And I'm serious about that. Quote me. In fact, I want to see that. We know the history. We know the story. We know when Nigerian police, even when Nigerian military were going after the IPOB members in that same Igbo land because of their flags, because of their souvenirs, wristband, shirts, and all of that with Biafra insignia. We have all these news. There was never a time that we have a report of them being provoked to attack anybody. So if you are Ade Williams, supposedly a Yoruba man, you don't make such flippant statement because you think you could just say it. I mean, you don't have to prove it, Abi. Just say it because it's convenient to, right? Anyway, going forward, somebody said that the Imo people will deal with Oples, Uzon, Dijo, and all that. I'm like, well, we shall see, because it is like a court. Its purpose it seems to have delivered on his mandate. When they packaged him from the Supreme Court and they backed him to enough that he became what he has become in Imo State. Would you even believe that Nigeria military, I've been a Nigeria Air Force, flying over a community, dropping bomb over that community because Hopeless Uzodingba want to take their land and the people rejected that they can't take their land. Sure you get? Hopeless Uzodingba declared the people in that community as terrorists. As they are dropping bomb on them, the soldiers are invading their different communities, burning down their properties, shooting them, elderly people, women and children. Oh. But when their media will report it, the Nigerian military carried out an operation in Osu. They carried out an operation in Olu yesterday, where they bombarded some IPOB ESN member. And once they drop that for you, you don't even have to read the rest. I mean, she been an IPOB ESN. Kill them, Joe. And that's exactly what they have been doing, killing innocent people. They don't want to bring them to any trial. They don't want to ask them any question. Even Nnamdi Kanu that they brought to trial, they couldn't send him to jail other than just to lock him up illegally. So yeah, I hope you'll be able to handle him, as some of you are kind of confidently saying. It's all right. What do you call it? One of our people with spanners, right? If for any reason Ade William is misbehaving, please get rid of him and make it fast, okay? So when you make a flippant accusation, as people tell you, can you prove it? And you double down. So sometimes people do that mischievously. They just do that deliberately. Because like everybody, you can say whatever you want on social media, right? And you can believe it too. So African Wahala, any of you with a spanner, if Ade William is pushing that bigotry, if he is pushing that is their usual, tribal, venom and all that, kindly, you know what I mean? Oh, it's not Ade William. Oh, better. I hope we won't be you, sir, right? So whoever that is, right, please take care of them, all right? And then that is going to be Mayegun's part on that. So what will happen next is this. I am going to go on a break, okay? And then when I get back, we can probably just have this as a conversation. I've had enough myself, if it is all right. So remember this, you can still like this broadcast before you get on, okay? So like it, share it, subscribe, and then when I get back, I'll take calls. Thank you. I've been told that it is Ade Phillips, not Ade Williams. I don't even know how Ade Williams will be feeling sitting down there like, me. It's not me, Namayegun. I'm like, and I kept repeating Ade Williams, Ade Williams. I'm sorry. Any Adesha may or Adesha behave. Don't just drop something because you think you can just drop them without, any concrete, fact to back it up. We've heard that many times. When it is time for people to actually show us, then they sort of develop stuttering. Hello there.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, am I on to Mayegun?
Yes, you are, sir. This is Mayegun. How are you?
It's the first time. It's the first time I'm actually calling you.
The first time caller. Your name, if you don't mind.
My name is Ifeanyi Wobodo.
Ifeanyi, how you doing, Baba?
Oh, very, very well. I have always opposed you and then Nnamdi Kanu very, very well. So I'm going to make that confession.
Okay, you have the floor. Go for it, Ifeanyi.
Very, very well. So I opposed both of you very, very, very well from Kanu. So when they caught Kanu, I was saying, yeah, it's now Mayegun. Then Nigeria taught me a very, 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 very big lesson. Nigeria taught me a lesson.
Share, please.
The kind of conversation, like my eyes just opened, and you begin to see like the place is just like we're criminals. You can't even call it a country. This is just like the way they run cultism when we were in secondary school or university. Just group of people just gather some place. When you are doing what you want to do, another group of people will come and do whatever it is they want to do. So what they're doing now, we are discussing insecurity and all of this and all of that. Those are not even what these people are thinking about.
No.
People are now saying maybe weak minister. Can you imagine? Why you going to just think about that?
I mean, you are going to see all the thieves you know. They are going to be ministers.
I want to.
Then what would people expect from them? Miracle.
Why you go? Few weeks ago, we were discussing whether we can rig the election in Obibo and the magic he made in Obibo. Nobody has ever told anybody the result of Obibo up to today. The real result, nobody knows. So the man that supervised that fraud is the man that people are anticipating, are predicting that will be a minister in Nigeria.
A good minister.
And the other over 200 million people in Nigeria, nobody is saying anything. Like, people are not angry. If you go to Facebook, Twitter, they're making fun of it. People are having fun.
Just laughing it off, chasing clout.
Then when you open up your inbox of anywhere, either inbox or Facebook or Twitter or anything, people are asking you for money. 20,000, 10,000, 5,000, 2K. And all of these people do not know that it's their entire wealth that less than 1% of people is stealing from everybody.
Tell them.
This election, what this election taught me, I've always been against Nnamdi Kanu. I've always, Mayegun, it was Victor that is
this Mayegun that we always say Nigeria break. He's going to be next. After Kanu,
I've always watched. For over 1 year, I have always watched. I don't chat on you. I just watch. Whenever I have time, I come and I watch. But after this election, the whole thing is so open. You see all this thing we are waiting for. I'm part of those who are waiting for Supreme Court to do any magic. But nobody is going to do anything. The highest thing they will do now, if they see that the anger is too much, they will call for a run. Then Tinubu will do whatever it is he's supposed to do. And everybody is going to keep quiet. And then we wait for another 4 years. This is how nothing else will happen. Insecurities, nothing will happen. No. Nobody's saying anything.
They do this, they enjoy the fear. As people are living in fear. When you are living in fear, you have to make your decision fast. You don't have time to think properly. You are scared. And that's what they want.
The only currency is the fear. The only currency is the fear. That's the only currency. That's the only currency. Just create some. That's what Hope is doing in Imo State now, right?
That's right.
Just to make the whole place chaotic. Like, people are scared. Everybody will go inside their house. Kill a few people in Olo now. Everybody will go inside their house. They will not say anything. Nobody is going to say anything again. Then you go to whatever it is they're doing in Olo now. Let's say you hear that about 2 people died. Everybody will go. Nobody will say anything.
Nothing after.
Who is going to talk? Nobody at all. The whole place is now like where lunatic took over the asylum.
I swear.
They're now in charge of the asylum. No same person is in government. None of them. Everybody. They are the same thing. Nobody is doing anything. Nigeria have budget for education, nothing is happening there. Budget for agriculture, we can't feed ourselves. Budget for security, people are being sacked in their community. Budget for power, nobody has electricity. Do you know Nigeria have a space agency that they keep budgeting money for every year? Imagine
Nobody
Nigeria
knows what they do.
Why you going to tell me what space agency does? You know what? Everybody knows what space agency is supposed to be about. Have you ever had anything about space or anything in Nigeria? But every year people budget for money for this thing, and the adults are quiet. Adults are quiet. They read it. They say we budgeted money for aviation or money for space agency. What is it used for? Nobody is asking anything. I am guilty of this, and I am telling you now because I have always said Nnamdi Kanu, and they moved from Kanu to Mayigo. I said, okay, let's go and see what they're doing there. I've watched this program for over a year. I don't comment. I just come and watch. I go, thinking that maybe one day something is going to happen, and then.
I'll tell you one secret, Ifeanyi. I'll tell you one secret.
Yeah,
I tell people. I may be talking about Nigeria. Yeah, like all these things happening in Nigeria that we report. A lot of them will think maybe we are happy that we are justified. That Nigeria is bad as it is.
That is
but
what I was thinking.
You get, they don't understand that. You know what? They don't understand the fact that a lot of them are waiting for a single win. Something they can use back and say, look at it now, Mayegun, we now have 24 hours electricity all over Nigeria.
I was thinking that immediately they put it. I was thinking that immediately P2B comes now, all of you are going to be disappointed. But obviously,
people like Mayegun, they will have to either start saying something, they are reporting this good thing, or they go and find another job. Not be so.
I was thinking it's what will happen.
That was what the Bukwari that was what Bukwari's people, that's what they waited for 8 years. They were waiting every year. So that one day they can say, you see, Mayegun, look at Nigeria now. Didn't we tell you? They waited 8 years. It got worse.
It got worse.
Yes.
Like now, nobody's expecting it. You know that nobody's expecting anything.
And that's the saddest part. Nobody's expecting much this time.
If Tinubu wants more money now, all he needs to do now is make petrol 2,000 naira per liter. Nobody's going to do demonstration. Nobody's going to riot. We will all be told to have patience. That it's how it is. That it will get better tomorrow. And everybody knows nothing gets better in Nigeria. Nothing gets better in Nigeria.
When it goes up, it doesn't come down. No.
I was born 35 years ago. It was from the day I was born till now. It was. It's worse. Public school fees. I paid 1,000. All right, thank you very much.
I appreciate this, and then hopefully you have. I mean, a lot of people who are also expecting a win, something to actually brag about in their leaders in Nigeria. They have won.
I don't even see how it. I don't. Thank you very much. I don't see how that will happen.
You have a good one, okay? And it is actually the truth, right? That a lot of people are hoping that these politicians, at least they will disappoint people like Mayegun, even once. But it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun. How are you?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
Yeah. This is my second time of calling you, and I'm the first person today. Man,
oh, bless you.
It's so good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, my name is Richmond. I'm calling from somewhere in Washington, D.C.
Brilliant. Did you say Richmond? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
That's Rich. Hi, Rich.
Very well.
Go on, sir.
Yeah, Mayegun.
Sir?
There's so many things I would have loved to discuss with you, but let me start from what is happening in Imo State. I'm from Imo State. I know Oma very well as the governor. I know Ikenga you're talking about, and I know the politics of Imo State. It's really very unfortunate, really. But my concern is about Nigerians, especially Nigerian journalists. Look at you. You are not a journalist. I'm not sure you have read even one single book about journalism.
No, just call me
look at
concerned citizen. That's what I call myself, you know.
Man, you are just a special person. Just like my wife used to call you as a nice storyteller. But you see, you are more than that. You know, you are exceptional, really. If journalism is practiced the way you practice it on this media, frankly speaking, a whole lot of people will not be, lost, naive the way they were. I used to go to one other place that, mentioned your name on Saturday, when they were interviewing. Was it yesterday?
Right.
Dr. Damages.
Right.
Hopeless guys there that doesn't do no research. They feel they know how to speak English. They come there and speak blah, 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 blah. They won't look at this from the other side of view. Whatever they hear in the media is the right thing. Whatever Abati and that loudmouth Rufai tells them is the truth. I have confronted Rufai. I said, Rufai, each time they are saying something about IPOB and Nnamdi, oh, he will do his time. When they arrested Simon Ekpa, oh, he will do his time. How can they do time without any form of, putting
Concrete
into trial and all that? You have already
done something wrong, not just
and
about
you are
what
a
people say.
journalist. It's really very appalling, really. I am happy with what you're saying now about law banta. Because this law banta you are talking about, there is no 2-3 months they won't go burn 10, 15 houses there. You don't hear it on media.
No, you
They
don't.
will say it's IPOB, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Without knowing the intricacies. Why are these guys, don't they finish? Why always law banta and the neighboring towns there? It's really very unfortunate.
It's because of their land, and all they needed to call them is just call them IPOB and wipe them off and turn them to refugees in their country, in their land. That's the plan.
I will tell you something. I know that they know my voice. I know they know who is talking. All right? But let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
The model of terrorism that is going on in Imo State now is modeled with the way Fulanis do their terrorism. Take this one from me. The model, what you see going on within Imo State, and that has zigzag to some part of Anambra towards the west, is what is
like the same MO, like that of the Fulani terrorists.
Yeah.
Attack them at night, attack them unaware, kill as many as possible, and chase as many as possible away.
Exactly. Yes. Get them afraid. The little that will survive, make them so afraid and take whatever belongs to them back. That is what is happening. Anywhere you hear Uguta, all those areas, there are a whole lot of mineral resources coming out from their land. And that's what they are looking for.
That's what they are looking
those
for.
Motherfuckers who are, leading us there. I don't believe in making money, with human blood.
No.
That is the difference between me and most of them are my friends. But men, their ways I don't like. They are evil. So what is happening in Igbo land has absolutely nothing to do with IPOB. Stamping that I said so, it has nothing to do with Simon Ekpa. No. I know where Simon Ekpa problem is.
What?
He's too ambitious, but that is not what we are talking about now. What I'm telling you is
there's no crime in being ambitious, right? You see, one thing is this. The reason why I don't comfortably just want to throw Simon under the bus in this conversation most of the time is this. Those who witness how unorganized they were with Nnamdi Kanu. Some people who don't like Nnamdi Kanu today, they caught that I don't like him from that era of that gang up. Nnamdi Kanu will say something. They will say because Nnamdi Kanu said he will do this, and you know what I mean. So therefore, is probably behind any form of violence that may be cooking and all that. The only difference today is that Simon can say, oh, this is what we're going to do, and this is how it's going to be, and all of that.
They will hijack it.
They take it to this. They take it to this and say, well, he said it anyway. Didn't he say it?
Yes. The only thing he does is say it. Some other people will do all the wrong action. They will put it on.
But here is my own. Here is my own. My own is that if you think they have done something, I even said it about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, okay? That the Nnamdi Kanu I know of, all right, we never stage any violence on the soil of Biafra land. At least that's my own understanding. Now, if you want to convince me that it's violent, right? At least one, you will show those that will say Nnamdi Kanu harmed us to go and do this. And you have to prove it enough that at least we can see those are not like makeup. Now Nnamdi Kanu is in their custody. We have read a lot about IPOB, about Nnamdi Kanu, all these lies and all that. Now, they had a chance in court to present all of this evidence. Despite having name, they couldn't present a single one. Right?
Really very
who should I believe? Should I believe those who are telling me that he is dangerous? Or those who actually captured him because they say he's dangerous, right? But they can't prove it.
You have the type of wisdom that Solomon had. I'm telling you. If I start telling you what I know, I will take the whole of Nnamdi Kanu. I knew him when he was in secondary school. I was in secondary school. One of his cousins used to be my very good friend, and we used to come to Afara. That was when I knew Nnamdi. Very unassuming, very quiet dude who is always reading.
I mean, you
he's
can tell.
Like us, you know, when we go club, do all this. Nnamdi never participated in all those things. How he grew up to a leader will show anybody who has concern about how we can move forward. That Nnamdi is a divine person. He's not just an ordinary, person. You just, he's just doing his work God has given him. Because me, as a person, I knew Nnamdi when we were about 16 years, 15 years. He wasn't anything near violence, and he can never be.
I mean, never. If what the Nigerian government and their media want to paint, which partially seems to have succeeded on some people who actually feel like
it's,
you know what I mean?
Heavily.
But in general,
there's something I will really want to say before I leave.
Please,
I'm a considerable person, so that other people can. You see,
sure.
What is coming on in Igbo land right now is very dangerous. I used to see things 3-4 years before they happen. In the next 18 months, there will be a warlord in Igbo land, and the target will be oil and gas. If Igbo people, if our leaders don't want to be wise and do something, come together, go to Abuja, tell whosoever that is the president to release Nnamdi to save us. If they don't do it now, in the next 18 months to 2 years, there will be a warlord that will control the entire Igbo nation. It's not Simon. But somebody is going to spring up. If they don't stop, what's his name? Oba, right now with that shenanigans that he's forming there. If they don't, nobody will go to Igbo land in another 2 years. Quote me. These governors should come out of their envious lifestyle, come out of whatever they have against Nnamdi. They have nothing against Nnamdi, it's just that they are just envious of him. And what God has made him to be. All right? They should all come together, go to Abuja and release Nnamdi. No other person will have any reason to do all those things that they are doing right now. Nobody will pull out a gun. Even the government will also have to shed their own sword, because they are the major people doing every atrocities happening in. I'm accusing them directly. It is not mostly the governors, but I can count 2 governors, one past, one present, that has, unleashed violence on our people.
The level of guns and weapons, they are actually moving into the hands of these state actors.
If they don't do anything about Nnamdi Kanu today, if they ever think that Nnamdi Kanu being in custody will save them from making money, they are joking. If Nnamdi dies in that custody, Igbo land is finished. If they don't release Nnamdi Kanu in another 20 months, 18, 20 months, there will be a warlord coming out in Igbo land, and that warlord will disturb the entire Nigeria. I'm talking as a political scientist. I know what is coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. It's brilliant talking to you, sir. Once again, I hope I'm lucky next time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. A lot of people will feel like, oh, it's taking long. There are some conversations that you have to leave to spread, and then it kind of take its time, kind of, right? That was one of them. Hello there.
Hello, bro. Hello. Good evening.
How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. You know who is you already know who is talking.
Well, don't test me. I'm still trying to practice all these voices, right? So I want to think I have this.
No, it's Jide from London. It's Jide from London.
Oh, thank God I didn't say it. Do you know what I had in mind, right? I was thinking about, is it Chute from Calgary in Canada? Thanks, sir. You didn't let me say it. Jide,
No, from you.
this is the first time you're calling this line, you know?
No, I spoke to you yesterday. You didn't know.
Did you? Oh my
I
God.
spoke to you yesterday, but you didn't catch it here. Because I've been calling the old number. I was just wondering. I didn't realize that you changed the number. So it was the other day that I realized. Okay, very quickly, not to take. I want every other person to talk.
Please.
Let me put in my 2 pence. Now, first of all, if Fanny Nwobodo was saying something, I was surprised that you not ask him where he was calling from, whether he was in diaspora or whether he's in Nigeria.
Somewhere in
No. The first caller.
Oh, my first caller. Right. He said somewhere.
Now,
He intentionally didn't want to.
I'm curious. I'm curious why he had so much. I'm just curious why he had so much resentment about you and Nnamdi Kanu. And my only guess can be is from the south, the Igbo-speaking parts. You know, the people that are
south, you said the Niger Deltans or
Asari people. Okay.
But
now
do you know,
do
you know that I know that they said it to my face, okay? And when I say that so many times, I'm like, I don't know what they want to, okay? They're like, as I'm sitting down here, when they when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, there are so many of them that actually said my ego is next. A lot of you saw them now, right? You are next, and you're like, what thing they will consider my ego do? It doesn't matter. You are sure next. You are disturbing peace of Nigeria. So I'm glad he called in to say he was one of those who felt that way, but that was past.
So, and second point quickly, the second guy that called from somewhere in Washington, I'm very wary of a man that claims to know everybody that drops name. I'm very, very wary of that sort of man. And what I'm going to say to him right now, I'm sure he's listening.
Yes.
Sir, with all due respect, the day you will be ready to come down to Nigeria and carry up arms, and fight for the freedom of Biafra, please hold your peace. And I want to fact check something with you. Do not run down Rufai. Rufai has never, I don't know Rufai personally, but I follow him very closely. Rufai has never dragged or insulted Nnamdi Kanu. He has never said anything negative. But all I know that Rufai is a very thorough journalist. I know that he will interrogate you, will put you under pressure, and he will fact check everything. So, sir, go and check your facts very well before you come to my group. People here, especially the old people here, we're very, very serious people.
Well. You are not novice and all that. I get it.
Our GO here, Sabayedu, will check his facts and all that. He does not just speak from his head, and everybody we tend to go back and check and fact check.
Yeah, that's right.
Now the last point, I just want to make it short. I heard when I saw the title, I started laughing about Kolu. You know, I've been telling you there's going to be a coup. The coup is loading. I was talking about a coup yesterday, by the way. A coup is loading. I know they know. What the whole Nigeria is waiting for is the judiciary. Let them finish their rigging, their fuck-up rigging. Yeah, because they will surprise me as well if something if they should even cancel it. I don't see them. They are going to come up with one stupid thing and give it to him, and that is when the whole thing will start kicking off. Now, people that keep saying that we want referendum, these people are not going to give you a referendum. People that cannot run.
Not really.
They cannot run an election free and fair. Why would they give you a referendum? Never, and all that. And number two, you cannot keep saying this thing, because right now I'm starting to buy into the thinking of Shore. I think it's a revolution we just need. That's the only language that people will understand. Look at the Ukraine war. When the war started, men weren't running away. People were coming back from Europe, from America to go and fight.
There were people, yes.
Remember the Klitschko brothers that are billionaires.
right.
They weren't afraid. They weren't afraid of their life. They came back to fight. Until we get to that thinking, boy, I'm just waiting for that thing to happen and all that. I don't mind jumping on the plane and coming back. I don't mind jumping
many like us like that. Don't let us even
Yeah.
like underplay that. Jide,
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you. There are people like yourself.
Yeah, and a lot of Agbado people, yeah, that are watching your program now. I can see them, and it's a message for you. I know that go and cure your stupidity. When they give you lies and all that, fact check it and all that. You see, nobody is against anybody. Everybody wants a good Nigeria. Look at your fuck up. Look at where everybody is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at your fuck up. Look at where everybody is. Who is suffering? Is it not people in Nigeria that are suffering?
Everyone.
No lights, no electricity, no good roads. Your Kolu is just flying around. See, that coup is going to happen. But I hope that, I just hope that on
So
that
which one
day,
would you go
some
for,
people.
Jide, coup or revolution? And if you are given an option
Coup,
today, if they say,
no,
which would you go for?
no.
A coup or
Okay.
revolution?
Okay, again, let me refer you to 1966. Major Nzogu said it was a revolution. Is that kind of coup I want?
So revolutionary coup. You want both.
Yes.
You are a bad boy.
Yes.
Baba, ma take
Yes.
another one, eh? Your own go be like say, Baba, extinguish them. Fleet in one down. You know that kind of thing, eh?
Yeah.
We'll get them.
Yeah, so
And they will
put
take
some
us
fear
there.
of God in it. Yes.
Baba,
Take care.
thanks
Have
so
a
much.
lovely evening.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Take care, all right? That's
Yes.
Jide from London. I have another caller on the line. Hello there. Ken, is that you?
It is me, my good evening.
I mean, some people think I'm. You see, my ego is smart. He knows his own people. No, I don't. It's because they haven't changed their profile pictures. Once you do, I'll be lost. Right? It's been a while, sir.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Very well, thanks, sir. Good to hear
I
from you.
hope everybody.
Ken.
I hope everybody's fine. It's fine.
Thank God, oh, we can't complain.
I know. Okay, let me be quick. Two things.
Yes, sir.
Number one, you remember Mayegun when Tinubu changed the service chief?
Yes.
Now, all the service chief he changed, most of them, like the chief of Navy Staff, the Air Force, they are all 39th course, regular 39th course. Majority of them, at least, only the CDS is a little bit. I think that one is the 38. I can't remember, but you see, a year in advance test of the regular course should be 38 course. So you know what he did is that when he removed the service chief, he cleared out both the 30, the 30, I think 35, 36, 37, all the way down to even to the 39 course that he made the chief of naval staff. What did he do? Is that he did that to do what is called a thorough cleaning. You remember the speech, the current speech he made at the ECOWAS when he said there's no room for any more coup plus or coup West Africa
He said
anymore.
we will not allow any coup again.
Will not allow. And so what he has successfully did, and what he did in the armed forces reshufflement was to do what is called a thorough clean house. Now,
sorry to cut in, right? Just to back what you just said up using number now. I heard that immediately he appointed those new service chiefs, right? That Nigeria actually had to retire over 250 generals.
Exactly.
It was like a sweep in the military.
Complete sweep. You know, some of the people I trained when I was with them, when I was working as an instructor there, that are like to study. I know, in fact, out of that 200 you just mentioned, I know about more than 100 of them there that I know very well. I've worked closely with them those days when I was with defense. And it came not just like a shocker, it came so swiftly. As I'm talking to you now, the 39th course, the chief of naval staff, and even the 39th course, 38th course, who their people are the chief of naval staff, Air Force or CDC, chief of defense staff. Most of them are also retired. They are among those numbers you just mentioned. Among the numbers that you just mentioned. So that's why when Tinubu made that statement, when he made the statement about no more coup, all those things in that ECOWAS summit, That is what he's trying to tell you. He's trying to encourage the other leaders to follow through, so that they put that one in check. Then the second part,
own trusted people in charge, and it will be like a one fell swoop. It's not going to be like you do it half, you leave some, so that they can regroup, something like that.
Yeah,
does that guarantee? Does that guarantee this? The safety from coup?
My good problem they don't understand is that the people who are the problematic one are the far junior ones that are really pissed. I'm not going to go that. I will share that details with you on the air.
Okay.
But they are the one you should tread more. Not all these senior ones. These senior ones are already like politicians. They are eating money. You don't trust me, Maigu. You and I don't want to talk about this one on the air. Trust me. Let's just leave it like the way it is. Let me move.
We just make it look like he's talking from that background of that confidence that he's already cleaned his house. And if they can't try it in Nigeria, if others follow, they can't try it in other West African countries. But we tell. Okay.
Yeah, the last one, Maigu, quickly, is that the aspect of the national. You remember that the National Assembly? You remember the one they were fighting recently now? Apabio was trying to shut down the other guy that was talking about the money. About the money they shared in the night assembly.
Before that was last time. Yeah, right.
Bible, trust me, I have an insider, but I'm not going to discuss it. What happened there was that they didn't see that guy coming with that presentation where he started making that statement. The truth of the matter is that at the moment when that thing was going on, so this guy was receiving a text. I'm talking about that. He was receiving a text that he needed to shut down the whole thing and immediately reconvey that to that thing, because that guy was actually opening up the Pandora's box. Right there.
Are you talking about the one that? Okay, I think that one is from the court, not the National Assembly. You know this one that the court ordered that Tinubu must release all the details of Abacha loot received by Obasanjo, Jonathan, and Buhari and all that.
That is indirectly the reason. I'm just trying to make the whole thing.
Right.
But that will not happen. You know why that will not happen? What they will do is that you remember their 1999 constitution. They are going to squash it.
And now you rub my back and rub your back. You won't do that, because if you try it, somebody else will do it too. And
they will squash it, that thing will die. It is going to die a natural death. If anything is going to come out of it, trust me, the fact that they are all a bunch of the same criminal crooks, I'm telling you, Maigu, with a gun on my head, I will tell you nothing is going to happen.
Absolutely, and I'm going to agree with you. Even with that, even with ordinary torchlight pointed at me, I am 100% going to agree with you. Right? See, Ken, thank you so much. It's good to hear from you again.
Thank you so much, Maigu. Bless you.
Bless you, sir. That's Kenneth from the US. He'll say, my line is still very much open. I am thinking that if you're still here with me, do me that one single favor, okay? You can still like the broadcast. I don't know if I have to be saying that every 10 minutes. Hello there. Hello, sir.
Mr. Mayo, how you doing?
I am fine. Oh, how you doing? How you doing, sir?
I thank God. I thank you for your good job you are doing. Very wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Paris.
Brilliant. And your name?
My name is Victor.
Oh, Victor from Paris. Baba, how you doing, Baba?
I give God the glory for today.
Bless you. So all of us.
I just get more contribution to make. Just my observation. I don't know whether it is okay for your side, but what I want to talk
about. I quickly say this one, Victor. Yeah. You see, the moment I say you have the floor, simply I don't know what you want to talk. Therefore, I can't even control it. All you have to do is what? To listen like everyone else and possibly have a conversation on it if you let it, okay? Now, it's your time. Speak your mind, say your things, and somebody will take you on it. I'll take you up on it.
My personal observation and my own opinion about Nigeria is this. I know, say, Tinubu did there as president, but the people where they take control of the affairs of Nigeria, if you ask me, I would say number one, the wife, the chief of staff, and that SA, the Bobo Master, and which other guy name? Tinubu just there because if you watch what happened for this Egbaland, where you go visit,
yes,
he watched the governor of Ogun State. He was behind Tinubu, he was at the back. And Tinubu know if you remember the name of the KVAC, he just now the guy they tell him for behind. So for me, Tinubu not there really they in control of what they happen for Nigeria, if you ask me. I go say like the wife, if they start say Tinubu this one, Tinubu this. Me, no be Tinubu, they rule us. Me, I feel say now, chief of staff, the Bobo Master, SA, and then the wife, 3 of them, and I don't know what do they call that one, where we talk about I didn't know Gavina. No, and that other one we talk about
is that one.
Igbo people will not play.
You're talking about that Ononuga.
Ononuga, God bless you. Yes.
Ononuga,
Yes. For shall I know today, but the main people where they control, number one, that's in wife. You know, say if you want to show himself, you won't follow the do meeting that time. Maybe they want to make him step down. You understand? So now in
she not supposed.
Yes, but I feel say this we just want to make the call on your mandate research and the president. If they lose memory, the guy know well. He know well. Not be him they in charge. Anything what they say they don't do, Tinubu don't sign. Now he go sign, but not be him they dictate what thing they happen because the guy know this. You know they strong again. You know they sound. Maybe Tinubu of 20 years ago. What we know?
Nobody day house.
Yeah.
You know that kind of thing they go say lights day on. But nobody they inside.
Yes.
Tinubu
nobody
day,
like, house.
They see him, but nothing they here.
Yes. Nothing. God bless you, my brother. God. I wouldn't be my observation. No. Anybody they entitled to his own opinion.
You don't.
I tell you the truth, my brother.
You speak well, Baba. A lot of people will agree with you. But see,
I tell
the
you
destiny
the
of 200 million in the hand of such a senile person. I don't know which kind of gamble go make me gamble that kind of gamble if I have choice. So.
I tell you the truth. That my own contribution be that. No be in there in charge. Leave all this thing what they talk. I just sign, I ain't go sign. But no be in the details. In what they there.
Anything people see, they collect them like that. Because no be Tinubu, like you said. And it could be coming from these different groups anytime, any day. Whatever Nigerians see, they then collect them like that. Yeah?
But I just pray, make I see what in God go do. All eyes on judiciary, just like we said. Yes. They pray to God. And they pray. May God help us through that judiciary.
Victor,
better person will come up to take affairs of Nigeria.
I say amen to that too, because it's so important. Anything apart from that, everybody just go brace up for the shege. All of us will go survive and those will not go survive we're not even sure yet. And the shege itself, nobody know the size and how much it's going to wide. So if the court will stop all of this for them, I go say amen 100 times to your prayer. At least I have an idea.
Amen, my brother. Amen.
Victor.
Amen. And I say talk and say, if this thing can't happen, he go lose Lagos, so still lose that Nigeria as president. I don't talk and my own be that.
You did.
I show my own revelation.
Thank you, Victor. See, talking about those who are coming to save you or help call you to bring this renewed hope and all that nonsense. This jihadist El Rufaya has denied that he said Muslim ticket was to win an election. If it wasn't for Muslim ticket, Tinubu will never be your president. If there wasn't a video, El Rufaya would deny, and he's denying right now. As you're watching this video, he's denying. So you are expecting the likes of Abubakar Bagudu, the former bagman for Abacha, Abacha Lut Bagudu, former governor of Kerbi, APC, is coming to be your minister. This guy, Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kanu, Gandola, is coming to be your minister. Hel Rufaya of Kaduna is coming to be your minister. And though they are kind of looking at She Gandola Bikwa Kwansop, which of them is going to be, is in between. But Gandola is more guaranteed because currently Gandola don't go ask court that court should stop Kano state government from investigating him on that video money. Sure you get. So when you begin to look around, like what are those star-studded ministerialists that are coming to help Tinubu change Nigeria? They play. You have this guy from Ekiti. Ifeanyi from Ekiti. His name is there to be a minister. Werewike is there to be a minister. El Rufaya of Kaduna is to be a minister. Gandola to be a minister, James Sibori to nominate a minister, Kanu Nnamdi to be a minister. Well, like, I can't remember all the names I saw there, Sha. Nobody saying now all of those go still be. The deal there is like waking up all the criminal gangs, political, non-political, are violent, not too violent, and the rest of them is just dragging all of them all together to say, this is our government, so you are all welcome, come together. So if I now see the list, and I begin to tell you that you go see Shege, you go come tell me, say, now because I don't like them or I hate them. No, I said the same thing during Boko Haram's time. See how that went. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you to every one of us. Something popped up, and I'm going to leave now. All right, I'll tell you something before I go. You see, to all of you who are my friends in the US, I want to say this beforehand. All right, so if everything I'm working on should work out well, by the special grace of God, I am going to do a mini tour to the US. Now, it's probably going to be tagged there, meet and greet, right? Whatever is going to be tagged. But that's opportunity for any of you who might want to, play host or sponsor Mayegun's crew and the rest of us in your area in the US in October. You'll be able to hear much of that. It was meant to be a private visit, but there are requests coming from a lot of people. But I'm going to make it public, just so you know. I will see you some other time. I'm sorry, our time may not be completely complete, but something popped up and I have to go. I will see you some other time. Don't leave without taking this, and I'm going to say good night. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun Diary, Diary politico. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. súnra kì. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. ayé súnra kì. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. ayé súnra kì. òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. ayé súnra kì. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ayé súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.